Okay, so is anybody as amazed at this as I am? Seriously, Gege Akutami is a genius through sheer consistent excellence with character writing and the fact that he has written the Culling games in a way that allows it to be a breeding ground for new characters. This man has just done something absolutely incredible because we just had Maki Zenin return, fully realized Maki Zenin return into the series, being declared a monster by her peers, now fully healed up, well, was fully healed up after being fully realized. Not only that, Naoya Zenin returns to the series after being killed by Maki Zenin. Well, actually by her mother. Either way, doesn't matter. He returns to the series now as a cursed spirit. And along on top of all of this, we also have Noritoshi Kamo making his return to the series with a full new do, get up, everything. Got backstory implications going on, different things we're figuring out, all this kind of stuff going on. We have this whole fight. Maki has now been pushed to the point where she needs to leave and heal, leaving Noritoshi Kamo to defend himself against the new cursed spirit Naoya, and we've even taken this to the point where Noritoshi has started to talk about setting his life ablaze for his companions' lives. And at this point, Gege Akutami interrupts this with two dudes. One that I can only describe as Mr. Clean with terrible, just absolutely the worst hair implants ever. And the other, a knockoff old man Kashimo that likes katanas just a little bit too much. And not to mention, both of these dudes are currently bawling their eyes out, screaming about sumo and katanas. I can only assume their only true passions in life. This only leads me to believe that Naoya will respond by screaming, Naoya! Because, that's his only one true passion. Either way, I guess Noritoshi would just scream out, Mom! Sad. Okay, either way. Akutami was able to do this. And the amazing part about it is nobody seems to care. Pretty much everybody, not actually everybody, but most people, including myself, we're all kind of just sitting back like, let's see where he goes with this. You do realize that there are some series, some authors, that when they set things up in this way and they start doing things and they get things ramping up, they're not allowed to just do whatever they want. They will get backlash for these things. Their fans will start to be mad at them. And most of us love Gege Akutami and JJK so much that he's basically allowed to do this and none of us care. It's amazing. It's brilliant. He is a genius. Not to mention, like I did earlier, that the Culling Games is also kind of a breeding ground for new characters, so you can't say this doesn't make sense. This definitely still makes sense within the scope of the story at this current moment. He has written himself and gained the trust of his fans enough to be able to do basically whatever he wants, including up to and possibly greater than interrupting a heated moment with, like I said, Mr. Clean with hair implants and a dude who likes katanas a little bit too much. It's incredible. And I am being 100% sincere when I sit back and say, let's see where he goes with this. Because throughout the Culling games, we've already gotten many characters that have been much more interesting and much more enjoyable than I would have given them credit for in the first place. Whether it be Higuruma playing judge, jury, and executioner against Yuji, or whether we talk about Reggie Starr, somebody who I never, ever in a million years, especially after I figured out his name was Reggie, never would have given credit for being an interesting and enjoyable character until Gege Akutami made him one. Or we can move past this when Yuta comes back into the series. Yuta, not a new character. We knew him, but it's good to see him come back. We had Daruv. Okay, never mind. Scratch Daruv. I'm also not talking about the bug. Not talking about him. Still have not forgiven him for ruining a three-way domain expansion battle. We're not going to bring it up anymore. Okay, past that, we also have Ryu. Probably my favorite so far out of all of the ancient sorcerers that have came back through this agreement they had with Kenjaku. He was delicious. And I'm so happy he got his dessert. Pause. About him being delicious part, not him getting dessert. I don't know why I'd pause on that. Gonna move past that. Somebody who I can say is delicious with no pause at all, zero, is Uro. Uro, whoo! I don't need to say anything else. Yeah, Uro's pretty great. Or we could talk about Kenji Hikari and Kashimo. The Battle of Giga Chad Gods is the only thing I need to say to describe the two of them and their battle that we just got done with. That was beautiful. Okay? It just plain out, simple, gorgeous. And we're going to get to see more of Kashimo. And I would assume we're going to see more of a few of these characters. So yeah, pretty much every time Gege Akutami throws a new character at us during the Culling games, bare minimum it leads to something fun, interesting, or just absolutely hilarious happening. Yeah, I didn't even bring up the comedian, and yes, that was an actual thing that happened. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You probably know, you probably remember. How can you forget? Either way, this is the exact reason why I'm perfectly fine with a seemingly tense situation being interrupted by two dudes crying and screaming. Because Gege Akutami's gonna give me something to enjoy. I just know it. He's a genius, and he's earned my respect, and more importantly, he's earned my trust. But before we go, we gotta have a little bit of fun, we gotta do a little bit of speculation when it comes to Mr. Katana and Mr. Sumo. Now, Mr. Katana, katanas, swords, they are directly and instantly calling me to new Shadow style. This is because we've seen Kusakabe do it, we've seen Miwa do it, we know that they're practitioners of it, and they use their sword in conjunction with new Shadow style. So is it possible that this dude who is sitting here crying and screaming about katanas is maybe a master of new Shadow style? Maybe the progenitor, the creator of it? I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting. Maybe a guy who's just really good at it, somebody who made a prototype to it way back in the day. I don't know, it might be kind of interesting if this dude just all of a sudden says new Shadow style and a 30-meter circle just appears underneath his feet. It would be pretty dope, just saying. And we also got Miwa making an appearance very shortly already in the Culling games, a callback to new Shadow style. I don't know, it's possible, it's also possible that it's not that. Now with Sumo we gotta do a little bit more thinking, but considering new Shadow style is a simple domain, and we did have a reference to Sumo earlier in the Culling games, that being back when Yuji was going against Higuruma, we had the explanation of old school domains. And in the little pictogram, or whatever you want to call it, we used Sumo as the example to try and help explain old school domains and how they worked. Just saying, it might be that. I know, I'm not going too far out of the box. I'm literally just taking something that we use to explain something else and saying, maybe it's this. But I'm just saying, it would be a cheeky little way of doing things, to have that happen back then, and then have this dude show up screaming about Sumo, and then he has a domain expansion all about Sumo. I'm just saying, it all fits pretty well. Especially when you think about the fact that new Shadow style is a simple domain. What are simple domains typically used against? Domain expansions. It's all fitting very nicely and coming together with a nice little bow. Now, is that the only way it could go? Definitely not. Am I probably right? Probably not. But that's part of speculating. It's just kind of fun to think, what might happen? I don't know. You guys give me a couple ideas down in the comments of where you think things might go, what you think about Mr. Katana and Mr. Sumo, because I can only imagine there is a wide breadth of opinions about the two of them. But with this being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. If you're still around, it means a ton. And I'll see you guys next time.